Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the match reaction. Liverpool 2, Everton 0 in the Merseyside Derby at Anfield today, and a disappointing one in the end. You know what? I thought Everton done all right today. I did. I thought the manager got a game plan. He stuck to it. I thought Everton were more than holding their own in the first half. We'd had the Dominic Calvert-Lewin header in the first 30 odd seconds, which if he puts in either corner, and it's a difficult, it's hard to do, but either corner puts them in trouble. Yeah, I thought we'd done all right. Liverpool didn't do much and weren't doing much until Craig Pawson intervened, and that's just the way it is. He's an awful referee. He's always been an awful referee. He's done Everton over many times, and that's the way it is, and we have to just get on with it. But in terms of sticking to a game plan and going and making it difficult for Liverpool, I thought Everton did that really well. The manager went with the same team that beat Bournemouth. Personally, I'd have had Patterson at right back, but he's got a thing for Ashley Young. And yeah, like I say, we were doing all right. The frustrating thing was when we'd win the ball back off them, we'd give it away. And Liverpool's best attacking outlet was our set pieces. And that was the only time they ever looked like they were going to trouble us in that first half, was breaking from our set plays. And then obviously we have the Ashley Young incident, and we can talk about whether the first one is a booking. He does leave his foot out. Diaz does the trailing leg, but he gets caught, so fair enough. But then Tsimikas does exactly the same challenge, about 10 minutes later, and he doesn't get booked for it. And that's where I have an issue with it. We then, the minute Young got booked, I'd have dragged him off. You know, last week he got booked last game, he was booked inside them, and I'd have dragged him off. And I think the manager has got to learn. You can see what's going to happen with some players. That it was like this at Crystal Palace last season with Mason Holgate. He got booked early on. You knew what was going to be an issue as the game went on, and he left them and was sent off. And it had the same thing. You knew Ashley Young wasn't seeing the game out. Rash. And then obviously dived in, and Craig Pawson, should he have gone over and said, right, one more and you're off, that's your warning, but you've already been booked? Or should he go letter of the law and just book them then? Well, he chose to give no kind of, despite allowing Tsimikas as one, he showed zero tolerance and sent Young off. Okay, got to half time 0-0. The manager made a couple of negative changes, really. Michael Keane coming on, you know that he's just unlucky as well as everything else Michael Keane is. If bad fortune looks for anyone, it'll find Michael Keane. And he brought Patterson on the right. And Everton, it was the attack v defence second half. Not gonna, as much as we were very comfortable and carried a real threat in the first half till Young got sent off, the second half we didn't really. It was just attack v defence. But Liverpool were, to be honest, I thought Liverpool were poor. When you think of Liverpool and energy and wave after wave of attack, I just thought they were really flat, and they were running out of ideas. And we had the big moments with Konate and with Beto, and it's a red card. He's already been booked. The ball's played in, he spins and goes. Konate brings him down. It's a red card, second bookable. There's no excuse for Craig Pawson. Zero excuse for him not to send them off. And he doesn't. It's almost like there was a big VAR decision that went against Liverpool the other week, and they're trying not to anger them. But I don't think you can do that. And it was a terrible decision, and it would have been 10v10 with 25 minutes to go or something, and that would have changed the whole game again. Like I said, Liverpool it wasn't backs to the wall because they weren't getting in behind us. They were the better team. I wouldn't sit here and try to say any different, but there was nothing. They didn't look dangerous. They had all the ball. Normally, you're like watching those games through your fingers or behind a cushion with Liverpool when they get on that run. But they didn't. They'd had one penalty. The other one with Diaz and Patterson's embarrassing by Diaz, like genuinely embarrassing, diving around everywhere. The other one, the Tarkowski one, when you see it again, I'm not even sure it even hits his arm. So David turned down. The minute it went through, another one for them to look at they were getting. But it was a pen. It was a penalty. Michael Keane's got his hand out. Whether you want to go with he wasn't looking at the ball or whatever, Michael Keane had his arm out. I've really got no complaints with the penalty. It was a penalty. And Mo Salah was never missing a penalty against Everton, was he? And he slotted in and it gave Liverpool the lead. But, you know, and then Everton, and I can't have a go at the manager here because he brought on Dan Juma, he brought on Schmidt, and we had a little go for the last 10 minutes of trying to get back into the game and had a couple of times we were up around their box. We hadn't really done that. And Liverpool picked us off on the counter-attack. Again, it was our throw and we had a lot of men in the box and we lose the ball and they break and it ends up in our net. But there's no doubt about it that Craig Pawson decided the outcome of that match, and that's the most frustrating thing. Because we've gone to Anfield lots of times and they just been, you can tell after 5 minutes we're getting zero, we're getting nothing. They're just miles better or they're more intense than we are. It wasn't like that today. I'm not saying Everton would have definitely got something, but I was sat there when it was 0-0, even 11v10, thinking, these have done nothing. It's going to take something, albeit it ended up being a pen. I thought Onana was excellent for Everton today. I don't know, the manager took him off. I wouldn't have took the Corey off. He stunk the place out, personally. Done a lot of running, but on the ball, awful. I thought Jara Brandtwaite had a really good game. And Mikalenko as well, I thought was excellent against Mo Salah. Mo Salah got man of the match on TNT Sports for literally touching the ball about 3 times. He's ended with 2 goals, so he's the match winner, so you could argue that, but wasn't man of the match for me. My Everton's man of the match, I think, I'm giving it to Amadou Onana. I thought he was our best player till the manager took him off. So, but there was Taki done all right. Brandtwaite in his first derby did well. I was disappointed with James Garner, and I was disappointed with Decore today for us. Didn't think they just weren't in the game. But onwards we go. West Ham away next week will be a tough one. So fingers crossed we can go there and get something. That is it from me. Have a good weekend if you can. See you later.